They put all these limitations and restrictions on Jake to try to keep him out of the Air Force, and then they end up surpassing all that, and then even becoming great airmen, jet fighters and stuff. You see that in the boxing world. You saw that in basketball. At first, they wouldn't let Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans play basketball. Then they let them in the game, and then the game sped up. Then they was dominated. You know. Then they want to make regulations saying, oh, you can't dunk, or, you know. Now they got so many rules now. They got the little 5 seconds in the paint. They got the little circle and stuff. All those things were set up to try to hold Jake down. They even have it like that in these schools. Okay? All right? Don't you know a so-called Negro scored perfectly on the SATs? I think his name Calvin or something. But they always want to put our people in lower classes and demoralize and have us thinking that we're inferior when our people are superior to them, man. Because if we had the equal opportunity or the same playing field, we will not only will we surpass them, we'll smurf them, man. And we'll smurf anybody else, man. Okay? Because y'all ain't on no level, man. Keep reading. And you already know spiritually we stronger than the so-called white man. They don't even believe in God, so you already know what time that is. Keep reading.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
His hand took hold of Esau's heel. Okay, which was a sign, because when you read in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, it's symbolic of Esau being the end of the age, and Jacob being that which should follow. Okay? And how the Israelites gonna pull the so-called white man out of his power structure, man, when the Lord come back. Okay? But it didn't describe Jacob. It described Esau. It said when Jacob came out, it just said he came out. Why is that? Because he looked like everybody else. He had color in his skin, man. Okay? Now go to Genesis 27. Start around like 30. Going about the promise of the king.
Genesis chapter 27 verse 30. Yeah. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob.
Well, go up some, because I want to get him when he blesses Jacob, when he thought it was Esau. Maybe like 5 verses or so.
Genesis 27 and 20. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son?
Yeah, I mean, you can start from the top of the chapter for you guys that's reading, because we want to get back into the parable. But basically, Isaac was old. He was blind around this time, and he was going to bless Esau because he loved Esau. All right? But Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay? So he sent Esau on this journey to go hunt him down some venison and come make it and give it to him, and he'll bless him. Now Esau, this is another characteristic that you so-called white people, you want to complicate everything, okay? Because when you read the prior chapter before this chapter, the Lord blessed Isaac to the point he was the richest man in Canaan at that time, because it was a famine and everybody was running to Egypt. And then the Lord told Isaac to stay in Canaan, and he was going to bless him 100-fold. So he did that, and the Lord made him great to the point that the Canaanites started hating on him, and he had to move around a little bit, but then he finally got settled. And he had all types of stuff. He had animals, gold, and riches. Now remember, Isaac is blind, right? Esau could have just went out there to the pen, got him a goat or two, just like Jacob did, gave it to his mama. She make it just like Isaac like it, and he would have got blessed. How quick was that? But Esau, he's complicated. He want to go out there and make it glorious. He overcomplicates it. That's the characteristic of the so-called white man, because everything he does, he complicates everything. Even the most basic principle, he complicates it, just so he can glory in it. Keep reading. Well, our people are plain. which we might have to go back to that 25 where it breaks down the characteristics of Jacob and Esau.
And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Isaac, Esau or not.
Yeah. Okay, because Jacob had his mother had remembered the blessing or the prophecy about the elder serving the younger. So she knew that Isaac wanted to bless Esau, the eldest. Okay, so she had said, well, go put on Esau's clothes and go get me 2 goats out of from the pen and bring them to me. And she made it just like the father liked, and then she put the hair of the goat she put the hair of the goat on Jacob because Esau was hairy. That's another characteristic of these so-called white people. They have unnaturally enormous amounts of body hair. I mean, Jake got body hair, and normal men get body hair, but they get like unnatural amounts, man. It's like gross. They get like back hair and shit. You know, keep reading.
And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
Yep.
And he discerned him not, because his hands was hairy.
Because his hands was hairy. Next time you don't want to shake hands with Esau, but the next time you have to, be amongst these heathens, because the scriptures say deal with them, be at peace with all men, if possible. And they like, oh, hey, how you doing? Look at their hands, man. Hands be hella hairy, man. Saw one Edomite, it looked like he had a furry glove on, man. He was so fucking hairy, man. It was unnatural. Keep reading.
Because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my venison, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank.
Yep.
And he brought him, and his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed.
Which the Lord hath blessed. Okay, so Isaac was blessing Jacob, thinking it was Esau, because like we said, Jacob had Esau's clothing on. So, Esau, he was a man outdoors, which we might have to go back to that, okay, about the characteristics of Jacob and Esau, him selling his birthright, because those are key descriptions of our people and Esau's, or the children of Esau, the Edomites, okay? That we the complete opposite. Not only does it mean we be separated from the womb, but we have like 2 different spectrums, or some spectrums. We on 2 different planes, man. They the wicked, we the righteous. We have a connection with the Heavenly Father. They hate the Heavenly Father. They have no connection with the Heavenly Father, nor are they interested in it. Okay? It's just like this. They love being outdoors. We love being indoors. Keep reading.
Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plentifulness of corn and wine. Let the people serve thee.
Let the people serve thee. All right.
And nations bow down to thee.
And the nations bow down to thee. All right. Now remember, this is the blessing that went from Abraham to Isaac. Now it's falling on Jacob, right? What is this? This is the kingdom of heaven. This is a birthright. Okay. It's our birthright. It's not everybody's birthright.